This conference will now be recorded.
Welcome to Dr. TSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shiva Prasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to my Gurutulyulu Professor, BV Subbarao Garu. And then you have new guests, Emmanuel S. Kumar and Dr. Santosh Kumar. They will be introduced by my Gurutulyulu. But this program, this live show, I have been dreaming to host since my other Guru, Professor Purushottam Reddy Garu, క్లియర్లీ టోల్డ్ మీ వాట్ బివి సుబ్బారావు గారు సుబ్బారావు గారి కోపం వస్తే తీసి ఎత్తి అవతలు వేస్తాడు ఎత్తి అవతలు వేస్తాడు అంటే హీ హిమ్సెల్ఫ్ వాజ్ ఎ స్పోర్ట్స్ పర్సనాలిటీ హీ యూస్ టు కమ్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ అరేనా వారు ఆ ఆట పాటల నుంచి వచ్చినటువంటి ఒక ఇంజనీరు ఈరోజు ప్రకృతిని ఏ విధంగా మన జీవన శైలికి అనుసంధానం చేయాలనే ఒక మంచి ఉద్దేశంతో ముందుకొచ్చే వ్యక్తి వారు ఆ ఆటలలో ఆ ఆటల ద్వారానే వారు తన భౌతికాన్ని లేకపోతే మీరు ఆశ్రయించేటువంటి బుద్ధిని పెంపొందించుకునేటువంటి మార్గాలు అన్వేషిస్తూ వారు ఈ రోజు మన ముందర ఆరోగ్యకరంగా ఉన్నారు. ఈజ్ హెల్తీ బికాస్ ఈజ్ హెల్ అండ్ హెల్తీ బికాస్ he has judiciously utilized sports along with these academics, brilliant academics of, I did not tell you, from IIT, and then what he's been doing now, trying to connect us to the environment, making us to realize why he could do it in spite of this age, in spite of so many pressures. Every household has got their own Ramayana, their own Mahabharata, but still only few are able to come out and do justice with their knowledge to the society. How can you do? His secret has been he was a sports person and he is a sports person. And evening also you find him going to gym. So that is the purpose of the sports. Sports will allow you to groom in a proper way. That is why we used to call sportsman spirit. Winning or losing should be part of your life or game, we say. Are we doing the same? When you win, you are so happy. When you lose, you fight. You have so many complaints against others. And unfortunately, in this modern arena, the sports has become a commercial entity. You are buying, auctioning of players. This is not going to help the sportsman spirit. Every school curriculum, every college curriculum, for that matter, every whether it is household or workplace, they used to have the sports meets. The purpose is to revive you, not just physically, mentally through that game's upmanship, that sportsman spirit. Once you imbibe, you can lead your life very comfortably. But unfortunately, this modern world, whether Indian Premier League and not only cricket, it has gone into so many other sports. They are auctioning players. Now, players, right from the day, young age, now they are grooming them to become a commercial entity to make money instead of gaining health and that spirit which will help you to live and progress your living. Instead, what is happening? You are becoming a commercial entity, a tool for those corporates to make money. Very unfortunate, sad state of affairs. That is why this show is more important. Right from your household to your faith of temple, church, or mosque, or gurudwara, to the politics, the political offices, everywhere this sportsman spirit we should have been imbibing along with our ideologies, along with our faith. But unfortunately, we are being commercialized. Every sport is being commercialized, and through that, the live telecast, all those rights, making it so glamorous, so many advertisements here and there. And in doing so, artificially, you are being fed with the diet which contains steroids and all sorts of nonsenses, taking you away from the nature and natural living. That is why this show is more important. I am dedicating this show and a series to come to my Guru Tulilu BV Subbarao. Sir, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shiprasad Reddy garu, for introducing me. And Let me have the pleasure of welcoming our esteemed guest, Dr. Emmanuel S. Kumar and Dr. Santosh Kumar. Our primary guest is Dr. Emmanuel. I had the opportunity of associating with him last half a century. I was just looking into, when I invited him, I was just looking into when I met him and how the journey has started. It was almost in 1971, I think. We met in the Lal Bahadur Shastri Stadium, LB Stadium, popularly known as. And our common coach was late Keshav Reddy Garu, who not only provided, the inputs into the physical activity and the athletics. And now, Dr. Emmanuel, he has a long journey in his career and life so far. Started his academics in the Railway Degree College, Tarnaka, and initiated himself into the field of athletics from high jump to, I think, you can correct me, Emmanuel, if my
Yes,
remember
you are
is wrong.
correct. You are
He
correct.
started his sports career at high jump, and then moved to javelin, and probably I left Hyderabad, but time he also testing his skills in decathlon, I think, somewhere else.
It's correct.
And most interesting thing is the turning point. What I witnessed in his career is the handball game, which the courtesy Keshav Reddy Garu, he used to make all of us, whether you are a jumper, a high jumper, or a long jumper, or a thrower, for everybody, you needs that agility and mobility and stamina. He was a great, trained coach from GDR in those days, and that time, his entire career took a very different. He could test his skills very shrewdly in the field of handball. He did his NIS and holds two specialized certifications, one for handball from Punjab, and the second one is from the hockey from Bangalore NIS Center. He holds both. He also has insights into yoga. He did his certification course from Yoga Center, and well exposed and interacted with interdisciplinary approaches. We were all something like volunteers during the first sports medicine workshop conducted under the leadership of Keshav Reddy Garu. That also gave us a new perspective into the sports field. Coming to his professional contribution in the career, he started his career with telephones department, if I am not wrong. Yes.
Yes, telecom.
Not the postal. Postal was some other people,
Yes,
but you were in the
telecom.
telephone department, and then moved. He also did his bachelor of physical education, masters of physical education from Jhansi. Yes,
Gwalior, LNCP.
Gwalior. Okay, from Gwalior. Okay, and he has a long innings as a physical director in Hyderabad Public School, which is known, it's a synonymous to Hyderabad Public School. And many legendaries, came out of this, academic institution, not only in the field of sports, but also carrying the sports discipline in their careers. We come across several bureaucrats who were the alumni of Hyderabad Public School. And later, he was he was not retiring and sitting at home, but still he continued his wherever possible to contribute this spirit of fitness into the game. So above all, he consolidated all his experiences and making academic presentations at various international conferences and international sports events too. He has a long, journey in the career and imbibed several perspectives of the sports medicine, sports fitness, sports psychology, you name it. He brought all into this and had the great opportunity working with the students for 31 years. It's not a joke, you know, grooming, nurturing the students. With the permission of the chief guest and speaker, Dr. Emmanuel, I have a small PowerPoint presentation to show his contributions. Please make me the presenter.
You are the presenter, sir.
Okay. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Emmanuel, he groomed his basic fitness from the athletics, gained the skills, and proved his skills in the field of handball. Received best player in the first handball nationals held at Rohtak in 1972. And this was this, 1 year before 1971, I think, or 72. Uh, he was IPS officer. This was the third state handball competitions. And this is why Emmanuel. And he was a terror to the goalkeepers right from the day one when handball was introduced as a recognized as a sport in the regular arena. And this is in 2018 international conference, 2019 international conference, and yeah, this is part of those international deliberations and all. This is 2019. In the right photograph, I have another good friend, Dr. Syed Ibrahim. Soon we will have the pleasure and honor of inviting him to the interview. Uh, this is 2022, a wellness, yoga and wellness workshop. And this is what physical education pioneers honored. And this, just 2 days back, I came across a newspaper clipping which I shared with my friends. Today's, youngsters Hope you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Let me connect once again. Okay. It's a great pleasure and honor having Dr. Emmanuel to our channel. And why I'm not getting.
No, you have been sharing, no, sir. Go to the same one. Again,
Sir, we
don't go
can
to.
see your screen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
you can see me.
we can
Yeah.
watch you and the screen also.
Oh my God! But I'm not able to see
And
anybody.
you
So
are trying.
a little confusion. One second. One second. One second. I'm coming. Um, so uh,
you are just trying to keep the.
this is the back. No, no. Okay, no problem. I'm talking. I'm continuing. This is the background of Dr. Emmanuel,
Right.
and as I said, I have the great pleasure and honor, associating with him, known with him
Sir,
for the
don't go to. Sir, don't go to
last
that.
50.
Sir,
Uh-huh.
don't open go to meeting. You are already sharing the screen. Just go to the
Okay.
desktop and click on the Dr. Emmanuel S. Kumar file, which you have done before.
Okay, you can listen to me, no?
Yes.
I'm
We are
not
listening.
getting.
Yes,
Not on
yes,
this.
sir.
Let us give the floor for the Dr. Emmanuel. Dr. Emmanuel, I invite you to this floor. And how do you feel that when you stepped into the LB Stadium and visualizing yourself in the field of sports career?
Good morning.
Why?
I thank Professor Barrow and other dignitaries for giving me an opportunity to interact with you. It's a great pleasure and I'm privileged to associate with you with my good experience. As Dr. Professor Barrow questioned, the entry into Lal Bahadur Stadium, that was the stepping into the field of sports. Uh, First, we started attending the coaching camps of municipal coaching camps. You might be knowing Coach Suryanarayana, who used to conduct at Victory Playground. Me and our counterpart, uh, he's also a doctor in theology, A.B. Emmanuel. We used to go there just as a passion, interest to know what is sports. From there, we came to Lal Bahadur Stadium for intensive coaching under the able guidance of late Keshwar Reddy garu, where we had interacted with Professor Subbarao, and that's how our journey started into the sports career, where we could excel, though not to international level, on par with the international competitive level, and were the national champion in two activities like athletics and handball. Okay, Subbarao garu,
Yeah, thank you.
anything?
You see, what I observed is the training which we all received at Fateh Maidan gave us good opportunity to build the
Yes,
basic, much needed physical fitness and the skills. Test our competency through the skills we gained. and you have excelled your skills of moving so agile, quickly, very sharply, which you utilized it very effectively in the field of handball.
Exactly.
Your comments, please.
What I feel, the experience which we got at Lal Bahadur Stadium, even at my graduation level in physical education, or specialization in NAS, in two activities, and in my master's degree, what all we have learned at Lal Bahadur Stadium, practically as well as helping in organizing those sports medicine those days in maybe 70s, if I am correct, and now it has become a prominent subject in the field of sports medicine. Then only we had an exposure. Then no one was knowing. Now it has become the second most important subject, sports medicine. The first one is sports psychology. That also we got an experience through one of the psychiatrists, Mrs. Jansi Lakshmi, who has interviewed us, taken interviews, and a questionnaire was prepared where we had to answer, through which she could assess our mental abilities, our attitude towards sports. That was nothing but sports psychology. She was a psychiatrist, but now they call it as sports psychology, which we had an exposure very where it was not so popular in our country.
Yes, Dr. Jansi Lakshmi came and
Jansi
interviewed
Lakshmi.
all the
Yes,
candidates in the
all the
LB Stadium.
candidates, what they
Uh,
train, how to motivate them, how they are able to do well in sports, what are the psychological aspects.
yes,
Mostly,
at that time it was we were all exposed to
yes.
sports medicine, sports psychology, and
And
third area I still remember some
I'm
of the
coming to that.
disciples of Mahesh Yogi.
I'm coming to that only. You have come out.
Yeah, transcendental
Transcendental
meditation.
meditation, where we have
Yes,
attended a course
yeah.
maybe more than 1 month or 2 months. I don't remember, where our coach used, I mean, Keshav Reddy Gavaru was submitting a thesis that is more connected with yoga and meditation. The amount of rest we get in 8 hours of sleep, which can be attained by practicing perfectly or meditating 20 minutes in the morning session and in the evening for 20 minutes. As you know, the most important thing is our, apart from our training methods, diet. You know that how you used to consume the diet on alternate days,
Yes,
different non-veg. Uh, and what I mean to say is the rest is also more important, by because we had to come back the next day morning or evening session with good efficiency, where we can recover and do our best in the training or competition. Rest is needed. That's we now they are insisting on that they call it anxiety or stress
yes,
to overcome. I think very earlier itself, though his background from Gideon, he could expose us to those sciences in those days when we are not knowing much about the sports medicine or sports allied sciences.
yes, sir.
If I
Yeah,
am
it
correct,
was. Yeah, yes.
it's
I still
marvelous.
remember the Mahesh Yogi.
Mahesh Yogi.
Gave the extensive training to
Meditation.
German
Yes,
athletes
yes.
for the Munich Olympics, and
Exactly.
the GDR could make the second in the list during the 1972
Yes,
Olympics.
correct.
Actually,
This was
that
one of
was
the
a
reasons for recovery,
please, sir.
we can say.
Yeah, that was the main thing. Now
Yes.
what I feel is one thing during our you know school days, we
Huh.
had a national fitness program in all the schools.
Exactly. I was
And
about to
today
tell
I don't see such a kind of initiative in the education system. Don't you feel that the basic fitness is the key for all well being?
I fully agree with you. The government of India, due to certain reasons, have abolished that. You might be knowing, myself and our counterpart, Professor Ibrahim, we have attended two national physical efficiency drives at national level. Those days, only two from each state were being selected in junior men, senior men, and men and women. Women and girls. We both have traveled that Gandhinagar, that is Gujarat, and where we can see most of the prominent athletes like high jumper Suresh from uh,
Kerala.
Kerala, Yohanan, then you have seen Thomas, 400 meters runner, Oil Thomas or
Yes,
something,
yes, yes,
Ramasan,
yes.
they are all part of national physical efficiency. Why? Because one or in two events they could score much well. It has been discarded and they have concentrating nowadays more on yoga, made it compulsory throughout the country in all educational institutions, which is one way good, particularly to control the emotions, anxiety levels, and stress, which is more dominating these days. Apart from that, these Kelo India programs they have introduced to build up the various games and sports from the grassroots level. This is also helping a little to come up in one's sports career.
Or one thing, it's my personal opinion is, you see, basically, the moment you step into any sports, what is happening these days is you step into some academy and start either badminton or some cricket or anything. But the moment you step into a sport, you for that pushes you to a competitive sport.
Yes, exactly.
But when you step into a competitive sport, you may neglect the basic overall fitness of the body. How do you feel about this?
I fully agree with you. As our moderator, the chief, Dr. Shivaprasad Reddy Garu, sports has become more commercial, he said. When you go to these elite institutes, for example, we take badminton, which is Hyderabad is the hub for badminton now of the country. Next is tennis, which involve huge financial aspects. You go to these leading academies, they are nowadays adopting the same method of China and other advanced countries of taking the trainees from the age of below 5 years. I was surprised. They're not allowing. They have a long-term plan of 12 to 15 years. It's all maybe to come up in their specialized game, but it's more commercial. Can you imagine? They have a plan for 15 years for one guy, one girl or boy. So they are under their control. Per month, they may be paying around 1 lakh. How many trainees? How many trainees are there in each academy? I've seen one of the academies. Can I name it or no? With your
No,
permission.
let us not go into the names and all. Okay.
At Gachibowli, and when where I was working at uh, engineering college, there's a one Kelo India program academy with tennis, full-fledged indoor international standard badminton courts. It has been to one of the Indian coaches who is running it on commercial basis throughout from all over the country. from class 5 to ninth or 10th. They are coming and educating themselves here and staying in hostels, paying huge sum.
Yeah.
And they are paying the coaches and the assistants. They bought, they are appointing from Malaysia or Korea. They are offered to pay them around 1.5 to 2 lakhs per month just for 1 or 2 sessions.
One thing you see, what I felt is, the drastic change in the system. The public institutions, like, I still remember when I came to Lal Bahadur Stadium, Keshav Reddy asked me, okay, your name Subbarao, you come from which background? All that. I said, okay, I'm interested. Okay. And he asked me to sit on the staircase, watch the activities for 1 week. I said, okay. So I was coming every evening and sitting there watching it and say goodbye to him and came back. After 1 week, he said, please join. Probably he's testing my interest, my patience, and all. One thing was, it was not a paid, training.
Free coaching.
It's a free coaching and allowing a golden opportunity for any boy from any girl from any part of the income level. Hyderabad is known for footballers of the
Football.
Olympian cadre
Yes,
and volleyball players of the Asian cadre.
exactly.
Then hockey.
Hockey, but
See,
third
not
place
much.
only.
Yeah, yeah.
No, hockey not much. It's football. Football 1952 Melbourne Olympics. Hyderabad players were almost six.
Yes,
So we don't have, that kind of a spirit today. And what is happening is, my observation. You please throw your opinion on this. You see, wherever you go, whether it is Africa or USA, what I saw and all, the aggressiveness comes from the have-nots, people who struggle for the life. And when I interacted with many of the black Americans in the USA way back from 92 onwards, I have good friends there. They said, unless and until they excel in the sports, they don't get admission in the academic institutions. Okay. And during our time, it was the job, whether it is telephones or railways or airways, that was a job. But today, public sector job opportunities have sealed, and opportunities for the people coming from the, I don't say, uh, from the, ignored sections of the urban society, but where the aggressiveness lies. Today, it is unfortunate when I see the Gymkhana grounds or Fateh Maidan or even Pearl. You know, it looks as if the rich people are encroaching the sports arena and depriving the right talented people of the urban society. What do you say?
as you said earlier, the coaching was free of cost, except even the municipal play areas where they expose them to different activities. They have different indoor and outdoor stadiums. Even they have adopted not only from sports authorities pay and play system where most of the talented and potential are being ignored. They can't afford to pay and play. You might be seeing free for athletics, free for tennis, free for swimming, free for gymnastics. Those days it was not there. Now it has become not only from the private sector, public sector, government, commercial. One more thing, where they don't have much facilities, where they don't need much equipment. For example, kabaddi, kho. Now, how professional they are, the surface on which they play is synthetic. They are not permitted to play barefoot on that surface. I've taken the team to national level. They have to buy the shoe which costs around 1,000 rupees. Can any poor guy from a rural area can afford? Even the cocoa at present, they're laying artificial surface. It's more industry which is coming up through sports to more commercialized.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate thing, and we lack, a sports policy for the country, actually. For a,
Exactly, exactly. That is
and
not there.
where the country, you have 70% of the people who can't afford a thousand
Afford.
rupees
Yes,
canvas
yes.
shoe. And I
Particularly,
remember we used to buy 3 rupees red canvas from the cantonments.
exactly. The
That was
brown
our
canvas. Brown canvas
that was
which
our
lasts
great.
longer.
So
And
I was just looking into that, that kind of it. Even the exposures, what we are talking, thanks to our mentor, late Keshore Reddy garu, we had great opportunity of interacting and you know with the defense sports persons in those days. Do you
they
see
used to
such
come for practice.
interactions? Yeah, they used to come and also play handball with us.
Handball and athletic specialized coaching, they
Yes,
used to take up. Uh,
Keshore Reddy's
so, yes,
guidance. Yeah.
guidance.
I
Actually,
have
Mr.
one.
Keshav was asked to come to cantonment and train, but where he was busy with the sports authority, he used to take permission and get them. Where they had rapport with the other elite sports persons of the country, they had a good exposure. It was a motivation where the attitude changed. That should be there. Nowadays, I don't see much. Coaches are going there
Yeah,
and training them at their door.
I don't remember the javelin thrower, who was a cutter enemy to Subbareddy, Ram Subbareddy, and
Nothing.
but the great motivator was the Joginder Singh in those days.
Joginder, and he used to carry shot put for him as
Yeah,
a junior, and he's
yeah.
become excelled in javelin throw, where, as you said, Subba Vaisa Reddy was
Yes,
giving
sir.
him a tough time. It's
Yeah.
all
Tough time.
because of the background, what I feel. The environment
Yes,
plays a more impact on sports, and the attitude should be developed from the grassroots level where we can nurture sports person, or at least we can inculcate the habit and change the livelihood towards fitness. That's my feeling.
yes.
Sir,
Yeah,
I have one
this is
question.
right,
One
correct.
question, Subbarao one question. Sir, every school curriculum used to have the sports period or PT period. What has happened to that now after
No, no,
privatization of
we'll
education?
come to that. We'll come to
Huh?
that. Please,
Okay,
Dr.
another thing.
Shiprasad. This
Thing.
discontinued. You see, the
No, no,
social
I want
background, as you
wanted to add your own things. No, no, I
yeah,
wanted
no,
to
no.
add.
I will take this. I will take this
And
because
why? Because I'm trying to put so many things were happening, and so many sports persons they were trying to get into jobs in the government or private sector and elsewhere. From this level to commercialization, auction of sports person. Don't you think there is no policy at all? You are not trying to imbibe that spirit because grooming. I am a doctor by profession into journalism. Grooming of a personality happens with sports because Subbarao Garni, we give him so much of this thing. My guru always says, "తీసుకపోయి ఎత్తేస్తాడు అక్కడ," because he was such a powerful sports person himself, and that is the strength you should have physically and mentally. But gross commercialization, and it was part and parcel of your education curriculum. Then what has happened? Why there's so many corporates entering into this? And why they are trying to fix up only one thing? My children have to play cricket. I don't get anything from. I can't go to Lal Bahadur Stadium. The sports authority chairman says, no, you don't know. There is a very big difficult this thing. So many clubs have come, so much of competition. If you have quality, I mean, if you are skillful, you should gain entry, whether it is from rural, semi-urban, or urban. That is what a policy should always involve. And for that, we are paying taxes. And for that, government should evolve a strategy and a policy so that the amount is properly spent. And who are these corporates? They are siphoning off our money. We are providing them natural resources. Corporates doesn't come from heaven. They are judiciously utilizing our resources and auction and trying to create a spot of this thing stating that we are sponsoring you. But what are they doing? Channeling black money into the sports arena, commercializing at every aspect, and they are trying to pull that family or that person, trying to create a wedge. The sportsman spirit is lost. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I will take these points also, because the very vital issue Dr. Emmanuel raised is the social background, which I was thinking for quite some time. You take Ram Subba Reddy from Kadapa Jammalamadugu. Had the opportunity of visiting that place. Jammalamadugu is known for great violence and all. And
Notorious.
earlier to Ram Subba Reddy, our senior was Venkat Rao, high jumper. We
Yes,
have not
I think
seen him.
he's
You
from
might have,
railways.
because I, pardon?
Railways. Railways is from.
He was in railways. Okay.
Yes,
Dr. Venkat Rao was there, and he was doing, he was claiming the Naubat Pahad on the single leg,
yes, yes. He
practice
went
and all.
to. He joined Tata's later.
Tata, oh, Tata's later. But I remember he joined Tata's and all, Venkat Rao and all.
Yes,
Okay, but and another thing, even the policy makers like Channupati Vidya, she was a member of parliament in 72, 73, and later also. And we went to Tenali State Athletic Meet.
but floodlight meet.
A floodlight meet. That was the first floodlight meet. Okay, you remember that. But what I see is after that, there was one guy, Lanko uh, guy. He was also, helping the sports, but not like Channupati Vidya. Today, neither we have an access to the policymakers or elected representatives to discuss on it. But as you rightly pointed out, uh, this also reminds me of just 1 minute. I don't a good statement by Shivaji Ganeshan in Kshatriya Putra. His son questions how long this violence goes. Kamal Hassan. Shivaji Ganeshan says, this land, ఈ గడ్డ సైనికులది, వీర సైనికులది, కత్తి పట్టడం తప్పితే వేరే తెలియదురా. That aggressiveness. How do we transform this aggressiveness to a positive energy? I have seen the skill in Keshore.
He could tap
Yeah,
YSR.
he could tap, he could nurture, he could bring. So these are, many things, how you rightly said, the cycle. But today, unfortunately, I also observe very poor, qualifications. Okay, you can get a certificate, that should not be a problem. Among the NIS candidates also.
I agree with you.
Okay, this kind of a it may be because of the training inputs they are receiving in Bangalore and some other places. So
Inputs are
these
good.
are the things you have also said about the industry. And please throw some light on your international exposures and academic interventions.
See, the coaches are the trainers, are the experts from what If we take at national level, NS, the selection is mostly through entrance. They mostly concentrate on scoring, theory. They have to get through an entrance examination. Then later there is little reservation for the people who are for the athletes or the sports persons who are represented from national level or intervarsity. Most of them are being absorbed into different commercial organizations or different departments. The one who is in need of the job as a physical educationist, coach, or a trainer, they are all coming without any sports background. If that is insisted, it would be much better where a practical man could nurture an athlete in any activity because of out of his experience. Only theoretically they may be doing, looking at the books, looking at the training sessions. Take the example, our own Dronacharya awardee, Ramesh, who is working at Gachibowli. He was a practical person, worked along with Xavier. He has done, to some extent, sport, and though he's from rural background, Warangal, he has developed his theoretical knowledge in various sciences. That's how he could excel, and he can produce good athletes at international level. That should come up, what I feel. The
Yeah,
one who doesn't know even the basic things of physical education or sports or getting into the industry, how far it is justified. I have my own doubt. Maybe
thank
he's a
you so
star.
much. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for. I'm coming back. Thank you so much, Emmanuel, for throwing the light and need for a sports policy in the country, and opening up
Exactly.
opportunities for the people who are potentially talented in the society, uh, and also uh, nurturing training skills of the coaches, which is much
Exactly.
more needed, and also in the academics and all. So it's a wonderful time to spend and share with you, and also listen to you. Uh, so we have to go a long way, and we are
Exactly.
planning to conduct series of such debates,
Good.
to begin with individual experts, and then we would like to go for a an interaction of the panel members like yourself, Ramesh, Dr. Syed Ibrahim, on how do we go for a curriculum change through the SCRT? How do we go for a state policy and a national policy? And how, today, the CSR funds are expected to spend for some growth. Okay. And I'm just placing an proposal before you that, educating through the sports can be one of the major strategies under the CSR.
Sir,
Today,
it
they
should
are
be.
only. And I'm coming, sir, because I request Emmanuel to introduce you, and then.
Sure, sure.
So
Sure,
thank
sure.
you so much, Emmanuel. We will go into it, and we have Dr. Santosh Kumar, the other guest speaker. I request Dr. Y. Emmanuel to introduce Dr. Santosh Kumar, please.
Welcome, Dr. Santosh.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning to one
Welcome
and
you.
all.
Welcome you. Uh, Little introduction, not like what Professor Subarao introduced me. I have interacted with him few months back. Actually, he has done his PhD, though not in sports, connected that he'll be telling. from Australia. He is working for one of the good organizations online for US, and he's basically from Hyderabad. His father is also a great personality like you, Dr. Subbaravu, and he has settled in Begumpet, and he is moreover onto sports. Why? Because he is a elite national, international standard archery. That's how we got passion into sports. And one more interesting thing, people like you and Shiv Prasad Reddy Garu, it would be a much better to interact with such people who are interested into sports and organizing many events. And he himself is planning to do something for the physical education through starting some short term or long term courses. He's planning for that. If I'm correct, please, Santosh Garu, can I tell or not? You
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely right, sir.
better enlighten. They're all good educationalists. He
Yes,
met
sir.
Professor Ibrahim also, taken his guidelines, and he's also working with him. And welcome Dr. Santosh Kumar, and with permission of the chair, you can interact. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Dr.
Thank you,
Santosh, floor is
Emmanuel.
yours.
Thank you, Emmanuel, sir, for introducing me to the panel, and it's my great pleasure to be in this panel with such elite and legendaries in the sports field. Uh, a small introduction: I've done my PhD in sports, and right now working for University of People for California. And I've just come back to India in the month of December, last 2021 December, and this 10 months of journey was really great for me because I had been interacting with a lot of legendaries like Emmanuel Sir and there are other people who I had been getting in touch with. After coming here, I have learned a lot again. The conditions from the developed countries and our country are much different. Uh, Coming to the point of this discussion, commercialization of the sports. I do agree with few points, whatever the panelist has said, but there are few also other things which we need to enlighten them. Commercialization is always for good. Until unless it is good, till we do not leave our grassroots. The problem with us is we are leaving the grassroots and commercializing it to the core. I mean, the commercialization part, which is being, it should be used the way it has not been used. The reason for commercialization is to get more money so that, as rightly said, we can nurture the rural people, rural sports persons, and get them into the limelight. But we let our core of that part, we are just commercializing to just gain more money or to gain more fame to the same known individuals in the single field of sports. So that's the few parts which I wanted to enlighten to the panel. You know, when it comes to sports, I think book knowledge is also more important along with the knowledge on field. As per the Indian standards, I think we are lacking in that. As per our physical body, we do not know which sports to take it up, when to take it up, at what age to take it up. We just go and take it up and just play. If we get that opportunity from right from the childhood to understand what sports is, how to take it up, and which sports will suit me if I am interested to go in. If we can give people that kind of knowledge from childhood, right from the schooling itself, it would be great. These are few panel points which I wanted to put in front of panel so that we could take this discussion more ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Santosh. Well taken these, your observations. It's very important, being an applied scientist, I have faced bitter music in the life professionally. And where to apply my theory was a big challenge. And what I pick up from my practical experiences to put it into the theory is another big challenge.
True, sir.
Our country, unlike US, where still I interact with Arizona, Atlanta, and Arizona, Atlanta universities both. Uh, we have compartmentalized the entire system, calling these are practitioners, these are theory team. Okay, so
Sorry,
where
sir. Go
where
ahead.
do you see we have compartmentalized the entire system as practitioners and theory. Okay, and where do we integrate in mainstream the theory and the practice for an desired application and desired goal is still a big confusion in the society, Indian society, not only in the field of sports, uh, but also in the professional levels. Because my heart is, one evening with the sports, but the entire day is my professional. I see that the application of basic sciences in engineering technology, engineers will not allow you to step in. Same is the case with the sports, what I feel today. So there is a long way to go. How do we sensitize it even? How do we, as a trainer, I have 32 years of experience with 8 training HRD institutions in the country. So that gave me a lot of inputs into it. And I also had the opportunity of training SCRT head under SCRT umbrella headmasters and the teachers for 3 years. The only experience I tried to integrate in mainstream is bring the physical education teacher and a physics teacher on the same platform. Teach science through the sports. The most important thing in our system is most ignored, neglected, and sidetracked teaching community is sports. The second one is the arts teacher, arts and craft teacher. It was a very serious activity in my young days and all, but today it has become a time pass. Sorry to say. But unless and until a student realizes the importance of the sports, either people are going to sports, it doesn't mean only you become a sportsman. There is a wide range of sports career. You can become a coach, you can enter into sports business, you can enter into sports psychology, you can enter into sports medicine, you can become a sports counselor and a dietitian, nutrition. Are we looking into it? I remember in my higher education level at masters, the moment the annual sports come, the hostel used to feed me like anything. But that is the period where you are not supposed to take proteins but carbohydrates because you are nearing the competition. So we have all crazy ideas. So unlike but the effort has to go. We can't sit and reduce ourselves as a mere spectators. How do we take this? I used to make the science teacher and the sports teacher to explain 3 principles of Newton. The high jump is you are putting your energy to move against the gravity. Okay? The skill is not in your leg power or your twisting trunk agility, but it is understanding the basic skill of moving human body against the gravity. Okay, but what my school teacher used to say, "Hey, you bloody, you are already 60 kgs, you get out." Okay, and this man is not respected by the science teacher. Science teacher tells about gravity, anti-gravity, floating and all that. Why he doesn't apply into the physical field? You see, I believe the open nature and the society is the lab. It's not the four wall lab, physics lab, zoology lab, or any other. Okay. So these are the main things. Actually, if I remember, with due permission of my friend Dr. Shivrasad Garu, the two things I would like to say, which Emmanuel also appreciates. Uh, Dr. Rangareddy Garu, Bokkal doctor,
Oh,
he was the first man whom Keshav Reddy influenced to bring into the sports. We all learned what is the lactic acid deposition only because of Rangareddy Garu. Okay, so there are many things. You see, how we teach, how we tell that, how you have to care for your body. Today, the fitness centers have become a luxury centers. People ask me. Earlier, I used to go to some gym and all, and then people started questioning me, "Hey, which gym you are spending time?" So I was forced to take a membership in the country club. Their physical activity is less, and the drinking habit has gone more. Okay. And today everybody assess you. Oh, you are going to this fitness academy. So you spend around 50,000 per month. So all these things have become a social status symbols. So there is a long way, and we welcome you, and it's a
yep.
great thing that we all experience. And I'm an applied scientist from Roorkee, and then I did my higher studies from. So, like my colleague Dr. Emmanuel, I picked up all my basic fitness from LB Stadium, and surprisingly, I found my skills very good to get a bronze medal to Osmania University one day. I became a weightlifter. All my friends said, "Go, there is some, you are doing good, go and do it." I became a
It's
weightlifter.
destiny, sir. Destiny.
Yeah, I won. There is an exclusive trophy in Roorkee University that was East India trophy, where that's similar to heptathlon. But the guy who does the weights, he can't run more. So I
Okay.
used to do this, and I was also playing volleyball and others, so I could manage that. So these are the things where we learn and move further. But it's very difficult, my friend. I'm telling you the bitter music I faced in my life.
Right,
Two of my professors used to say, "Do hard work, not like Subbarao."
right. So,
Because I'm mad spending 2 hours in the sports ground at any given part of my life.
right,
And I proudly say, I was the only, yeah, another colleague. We were two. That fellow is a
okay.
bookworm.
Yeah,
We were selected in the UPSC in the first attempt. So I try to motivate, influence the youngsters.
okay.
Keep your mind applying sports to theory, theory to practice, and how do we go?
Right,
That is most important. Okay.
okay, sir.
So thank you so much, Dr. Shivrasad Reddy Garu, for launching a new platform on sports education. And I thank Dr. Y. Emmanuel for extending his cooperation and also sharing his views. And Dr. Santosh Kumar Garu, welcome you. So this is a wonderful experience talking to the field, and it's much needed. What I feel, to sensitize the Indian society and bring more awareness on other things. Yes, today uh, there is a need for majority of the students not to run after the engineering and doctor. There is a lot of careers available in different parts. And I also say now today world is a big small village.
Right.
Don't think that you don't get any opportunities in the country. Don't worry.
Right.
Even Norway is part of the globe.
Right.
Okay. So we need to encourage the youngsters in this direction. And thank you. And now I
Right.
request Dr. Shiv Prasad Reddy to sum up and then close the session.
It's wonderful to host these gentlemen who are the fitness gurus, I should say. The fitness, it's not just the physical fitness, the mental fitness, the fitness of your mind, so that you are in control of your life, your family. Once you are happy, your family is happy. Once your family is happy, your street, your city, or village, or district, state, and the country. So, this is what a sports can do. And unfortunately, what is happening in India, we clearly lack a direction in the sports policy. Hitherto, we used to have all these educational institutions. If you want to start an educational institution in the semi private level, sponsored somewhat by government or privately, you need to start that under a society campaign. Society means no profit, no loss. Because education or health, or for that matter, anything is supposed to be that is how they get permission, whether it is corporate hospital or anything. I'm trying to clear the citizens because you are just not. I think I'll just try to mute you so that this voice. I, I'm getting some.
So your voice is clear.
Yeah, my voice is clear, but there is some resonance happening. So I
Okay.
wanted to make citizens to be clear that this educational institutions, for that matter health, or for that matter anything which judiciously use our natural resources, they are given permission to serve the society, not to make profits out of this. All those employed, they will get sufficient salaries and everything. And with that, I think, can you mute yourself, Santosh Kumar ji, that cross resonance something is happening into this. So this is what it is meant. So there is no proper policy. People think that they are doing a great service. No. And they were supposed to start with a society and in a 2 acre or 1 acre land clearly earmarked for specific purpose, stating that along with education, the sports plays an important part. Daily you have a PT period, almost a month you have a sports day, and then annual day celebrations. All they coincide with the sports and cultural activities along with the education. That is how education should be. Then what is happening now? If I just go and apply street corner, I'll get a permission to start a school in a small daba. Same thing is happening with intermediate. My son goes to a college. He is a good cricket player. I was looking for the grounds to get him, you know. When I was trying to approach sports authority chairman, he says, so, there is so much of problem. What is this nonsense going on? It is my money, our money, which is invested into sports authority or elsewhere. Why is that the government is allowing private sector which totally commercializes education, wherein you don't have any playground for that school or college? This show is being hosted from New Santosh Nagar colony in Old City, Hyderabad. My father was the founder president of this colony, and he always earmarked you have playgrounds and along with that parks. So all those private colleges who did not have grounds, they used to allow children to come and play here. But now This TRS government, for that much central government, what are they indulging? You are converting all open spaces into concrete jungles. This pharmacy, that IT sector, when you are indulging in that nonsense, from where will the fitness, health of a citizen will come? Absolutely trash. This is where me and Subbarauji, my guru, we were cracking our heads. Even today, when I go to, because I'm a son-in-law of Kerala, when I go there, because the grounds have been occupied, you have turfs coming up, private sector, and we pay per hour 600, 700. We pay cricket and football there. I take my children there. What to do? Pinarayi Vijayan is sleeping mode. Central government sleeping mode. Our Kalvakunta Chandrasekhar Rao garu and Kalvakunta Taraka Ramarao, you are all in sleeping mode. You are converting open places, grounds into commercial spots. How many times Subbarao has been cracking his head? We Kerala Kendu Bota, I used to tell my guru, sir, what to do? I should make my children to play. At least there, the turfs are there. I can easily approach from because I'm son-in-law of Kottayam. 2 hours, 3 hours, I used to spend my hard-earned money. What to do? To create this opportunity. Along with them, I used to play. Because while playing those 2 hours in a competitive way, you are physically drained up, and emotionally, mentally also, nothing comes into the mind except playing. Let me contribute. Let me win. That is the only aspect which will be there. That is the beauty of a sport. You will forget everything. Physical exercise along with mental exercise. That means these days you are going out for relaxation, stress free. Why? Because you are getting educated in such schools or colleges wherein there is no playground, there is no sports activity. That is why you are drained. Emotionally and physically you are drained. That is why all those IT sectors and all, they look forward stress relief. Yes, even I go, they pay me. That is how you get paid, and you have created another thing instead of developing sports arena. And before this, every school or college, for that every professional college, whether it is medicine, MBBS or any other BHMS, homeo or engineering, there used to be sports quota, which people have forgot. AFMC, sports quota is there in education. The same sports quota in employment. Now they have taken away schools or colleges permitted with playgrounds. PT periods they have forgotten, and the sports quota, whether it is educational institutions or employment, they have forgotten. Instead, they are allowing these corporates who are looting us to come back and invest. How? By auctioning us, by controlling us. Where some skillful may get into that, but mostly I can narrate many, right from Warangal to so many cricketers, footballers, or hockey players, or athletes, even handball. Many could not see the daylight of their success, though they have the skill. By because these fellows somewhere they were trying to control these people who doesn't have any knowledge. They try to boss over you. Why? Because the governments, I'm not blaming one particular party, every government, every political party, they have failed utterly. They have devised a policy only to take care of real estates or playgrounds or educational institutions to serve their purpose as real estates, as fund generating for their political parties. But they never understood that they are killing the spirit of basic education, wherein your education should go with the physical activity and then the sportsman spirit. Only then you can become a wholesome, a true human being. No stress factor, nothing. Such type of citizen or a young student groomed into a citizen can face any eventuality in their lives. They can face anything in their event, whether it is personal, family level, or professional level, or political level, or at business level. Such groomed students into citizens can only face such situations, and only in such cases you can have a healthy state and a healthy country. Otherwise, health is wealth. At least now people will realize, and I'm honored that you gentlemen have provided me a platform to host regular series on DRTSPR channels. That is why we have been telling such wonderful guests, and what hard work our professor, I mean, so BV Subbarao garu does. Only the time will tell. Yes, sir. Please, sir. Subbarao ji, please. You unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself, sir. Subbarao ji, unmute yourself. Unmute.
Yeah, I want to tell something new initiative of Dr. Emmanuel. Dr.
Sir,
Emmanuel, briefly in 1 or 2 minutes, you have started a fitness center
wonderful.
in a fitness center. Can you throw light on that fitness center so that it will reach to people? We are releasing this YouTube to the public domain.
Wonderful. Yes, sir. You unmute yourself and speak, gentlemen. Emmanuel ji, yeah, please go
Yes,
ahead.
can you hear me, sir?
Yep.
Yes.
Uh, my main concept was I had a passion towards fitness and sports since I have been in the field for more than 15 years, 50 years. Even after superannuation, I've been busy working with different institutions, particularly, the attitude of the private managements, their treatment, though we have vast knowledge, good experience, we have to be the puppets. That hurts the people who have some knowledge regarding their
Shame on the
subject.
rulers. Shame on the rulers and administrators. Yes.
So I thought, why can't I spend some time doing some fitness work with the help of few friends? I have identified a place near High Techs, which is about merely half acre, and as our Dr. Shivaprasad Reddy Garu expressed, now it all become artificial turf. Maintenance very high to maintain the natural turf. So mostly mornings, few ladies and children are coming. We give morning hours, the fitness work connected with their not specific fitness, mostly general fitness. After that, specific fitness for the guys who are taking up different activities. So it is coming up slowly. Just we started 3 months back, and as you know, we have to be slightly commercial. Why? Because to meet our financial aspects. As you know, it's a expensive place, high techs. They charge very huge for the, lease or rent. So like that we started, and mostly the software people, as Dr. Shiva Prasad told, they are not able to have any recreation for themselves. They work for 8 to 10 hours during weekends. They come and play for recreation mostly, like in a small place. Now they have a concept of playing not in a bigger field, cricket, box cricket, 7 a side, where they play for 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes 3 hours, and they recreate themselves. They enjoy, and they have more relaxation and recreation, as well as good mental aspects like controlling their stress, emotions, and tensions. Like that, football. Now the mini concept has come, like mini football, which is 5 a side in a small court-like thing. There are also many are coming and playing and making advantage. But it was a surprise for me. They come around 6 o'clock, start coming. They play till 1 a.m. in the morning. Can you
My
imagine? Different guys. Huh?
That's that's true. Even I used to complete my live shows when in Kerala, 11, 12
Uh,
o'clock time also I used to take and go. What to do?
the more
It is
rush
evening.
is after 11 o'clock, sir.
Yes.
Huge
The
demand
children are
after
happy.
dinner. After
This
dinner,
age,
after
this
relaxation, they come and enjoy playing.
this age, I used to goalkeep in football. I used to get such hits from the young student lads in Kerala. My body got, but it's fun playing with them. This is
Yes.
what sports can do. Sports can do wonders.
They are
Yes,
not
sir.
finding a place to play, and they don't have facilities to
Play. That's what
nurture their
small turfs are playgrounds.
talent.
When even we could create, what is government doing? This is what I am trying to question them.
Exactly.
And why, if they cannot provide us any welfare activity in education and health, why the hell we need a government?
Yeah, one thing. What?
Shivaprasad, to support your
Wha-
statement, in
Just
last
one
three
big.
months,
Yeah, yeah. Santosh Kumar, please.
Can I
yeah,
interrupt?
no, no, no. Emmanuel has not completed. Please let him.
Oh,
One
yeah,
last thing, please. We have time
please, please.
constraints. I can understand. One
No, no,
last
no, sir.
thing.
Complete. No constraints. No constraints on this channel. We are very clear because this is more important than discussing about cinemas and all those nonsensical gossips. This is
The
important.
advanced
Please, sir. Go
countries
ahead.
will just come up in their, I mean, at international level.
Yeah.
For example, we may take China, where now he's a water expert of environment, Professor Subbarao Garu. Every complex or a house needs a harvesting pit. Am I correct, sir?
Yeah.
So also they need a sports complex before building up in any complex. I mean residential complex. They should have open gyms or one basketball or a swimming pool or some activity like martial arts. They are mostly interested where they go for breathing, more breathing exercises. So you may be knowing that Dr. Prem, who was the in charge and director of sports, municipal corporation, has come to
GHMC.
China along with me. There he has seen all this concept and started the open gym concept in municipal parks and localities. That's needed in all the aspects. That is the need of the day for our country in all aspects. More swimming pools they find in the country. More basketball courts they find. Naturally, the difference. How they get involved, they get attracted. The attitude will change among the youth or the children to participate, may not be to excel, at least for their fitness and good health. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, even
Thank you,
Venkatram Reddy
Emmanuel.
was there. Venkatram Reddy in the municipal corporation that time. Venkatram
Yes,
Reddy was the one who used to go
director.
around see to that every colony has a playground and he used to supply playing material also. Venkatram Reddy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Very
Yeah,
yeah.
Venkat.
we know him.
Sports growth. He was the godfather of municipal. You know,
Yeah.
actually.
Because of him, the volleyball has come up in Hyderabad. We
Yes,
can
at Asian
Mulli
level.
Reddy and all others. Gopal.
Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Gopal Mulli Reddy and another
So many.
with
Even
Gopal
PV Sindhu's
another Muslim gentleman was there. He was in
Yabani or
police
someone come
department.
Kadapa.
All those
And also
people were
our
there.
PV Sindhu's
Ah,
father.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was in railways actually,
Yes. Both.
railways and all. Yeah.
So thank
And
you.
one day we should have a discussion on remembering the heroes of Hyderabad actually.
We'll invite them
Hyderabad,
one day.
yeah,
I'll
We'll
be
invite
because Secunderabad was known for boxers actually, if I
boxers.
remember.
Recently, can I
Bo-
intervene on
please.
boxer, railway, most technical boxer, Venkat. He settled in Australia. He has
Oh,
conducted a race where Mr. Dr. Santosh was there on memory of his parents. 3K run near
okay,
Yadadri, which
okay,
was a
okay.
success.
If I,
He
if I
invited us.
remember, Venkat used to come during our period to LB Stadium.
LB someday, a few days he has come, but mostly
Yeah,
RRC and Usmania
RRC
University.
and acha, acha. But I saw him in the LB Stadium. Okay.
Yes, yes, he
Thank
used
you
to
so
come.
much. We
Hey,
should
Dr.
remember all those Olympians and others,
All words we can say.
yeah, which the city has produced.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be privileged to
Thank you.
host, sir. I will be privileged
Dr.
to host this
Santosh,
all.
yeah,
Yes,
Dr.
Santosh ji,
Santosh,
please go
We
ahead.
will call one at a time,
yeah,
have an
and
interaction.
many,
That's
and
my
series
Please,
of
suggestion.
interactions. Yes.
Thank
Santosh
you.
ji, please.
Uh,
Santosh ji.
Shivaprasad sir, to add up to your statement, in last 3 months I have done an extensive survey, getting in touch with the individual schools in the radius of 25 kilometers from Begumpet, and not the international schools, the local schools. I have done a survey around 326 schools. My premier questions was what children does in the PT period and what instructions were there for the PT master to guide the student. I am shocked to see the answers. PT period is there for children. If ground is there, they go and they play on their own, whatever sports they want. It is up to them. Whether they play or they don't play, also it is up to them. And PT masters are just like guide taking them to the ground if ground is available. If ground is not available, they just ask them to sit in the class and play whatever they want. Either play chits in the classroom or there used to be a book cricket which I used to play in my school days for a time pass, either to play that or a pen game. So that was a shocking report for me to understand how this sport is evolving in our state, and that's where I would definitely want to support your statement that policies are not being implemented on the ground realities.
And
Another,
I
another,
suggest you another advice to you whenever you go, take DRTSPR channels with you because these channels will help you to connect from wherever you are. We can have all the assembly of many schools also connecting and going live to the world, making governments to act or authorities to act. At the same time, we can sensitize all the parents and even the
okay.
children, students too. So we can connect from wherever they are. You got my
Yeah,
point. I need not send them
yeah.
any camera. They need not come to my studio. This is the privilege
Sure.
of these DRTSPR channels.
Okay, one thing I would like to share with Emmanuel and Dr. Santosh is, you see, I am associated with the Federation of Residential Welfare Associations of the city, where we have a data bank of 5,000 welfare associations. We can contact them through the online.
Yes,
Okay.
wonderful.
Presently, I am only interacting with them on voting rights and citizen rights. So you can, I request both of you to come out with ideas so that how we can influence the residential. Well, we cannot reach to everyone physically, but 5,000 to 6,000 welfare association is not a small number. And there is one welfare association in Tarnaka which has a local radio. They are running it. So, these days, communications is the big strength. Please think of the ideas. And I am
Yes.
also thinking of, how do we reach the people so that, they can live a healthy life in a concrete jungle. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Shiv Prasad. You can.
Wonderful. And we can connect the entire world, sir. Entire world we can connect through these channels. That also keep it in your mind. Any good essence of any sports, we can immediately connect and we can stream it live to India and the world again. So that the
Another
dissemination.
idea is I'm connect. Sorry,
Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
over enthusiasm.
Sir. No, 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 no. You are the one who is
I'm
guiding.
connected to the 6 African countries,
Yep.
and in Kenya, I'm connected to the schools for disabled.
Yes. Wonderful.
So we can also reach out to those people, you know, through this channel. How
Physically
do we
challenged.
physically challenged, mental challenged,
Yes.
those children,
Wonderful.
because
Wonderful.
that is my experience working in Africa is that is the continent which is totally ignored in the world.
Yeah, mostly neglected. If
Yes,
I'm interrupting, mostly neglected part that is.
yes.
Yes.
So that part of the world needs whatever we can contribute to ignite their minds.
Wonderful.
That is most important. People only talk, Nigerians, drug addicts. If if I don't get any opportunity, I may also turn you know a street rowdy. Okay, so
Done.
please think of these ideas, and sky is the limit. We can spread out. Thank you so much, and thank
Wonderful,
you,
wonderful.
Suprasad
And
garu,
thank you,
for
gentlemen, once
your.
again. I just only say sports is life. When you run, when you do exercise, you breathe more and more. Your vital force increases. And that is what you are running for oxygen during COVID 19. So, again, I'm telling you, sports is life. When you have such a life, it gives you health. Then we say sports is health. When you have good life, when you are breathing properly, when you have health, sports relieves stress also. Unmindful of any event, you are relieved of all your stress. When it does, it is going to generate employment because you are a wholesome citizen. To get any employment anywhere, then still, why these governments are ignoring? Is it only for political party fundings, or to groom those who are close to political parties so that they become neo rich in education and health, so that they become again mentors in the form of sponsors to promote sports in a commercial way to make their black money into white, as if they are serving the society. But the hindsight is they are dividing the society by not allowing the rural talent, rural skillful, semi urban skillful, or those in the city also to come up in their selected or elected sports. So think, I leave it to all parents, all concerned citizens, and all students, and all those who are working in IT or all other sectors who have been students, now employees. Think about the new sports policy. Put pressure on these governments. It is our money. Every school, college should have a sports ground. We should allow children, students to play and come up along with their educative or basic academic skills. Thank you, gentlemen. And
Thank you.
do support DRTSPR channels, citizen DRTSPR channels, and environment people. DRTSPR channels, they all are in larger public interest. And from here, we say Sukhanidra Shubharatri to the entire world. If you have health and if you play sports. And for the world over, good
So
morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Bye, sir.
thank you. Thank you.